What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a first look at the newest marathon monster, Prulka. So let's collect the rewards from our marathon, and we got 40 Prulka cells, silver relic chest, 5 million food for finishing 5th in my team. Let's claim these rewards, and then my team was ranked first with a total of 86 laps, so I got a rank 4 Prulka. Quite proud of it, and we got some extra Prulka cells and a marathon chest, but these are things not to worry about yet because we are going to discuss this monster Prulka. Let's claim it, and I'll be hatching this monster and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so we are ready to hatch her, and thankfully she has 3 room slots, so we don't have to unlock them. Let's place her. Alright, she is placed here, and let's level her up and see what she has to offer. Alright guys, our Prulka is at level 140 and I already gave her some runes. I will just justify why I gave her that setup, but first we're gonna have a look at the lore of this monster. Prulka's guitar is the source of her power, and she did not come by it honestly. Whispers speak of a dark crossroads and a cloven hoofed trickster and promises made, but when asked about the rumors, Prulka just snickers and turns up the volume, drowning out any uncomfortable questions. Oh my god, this is actually quite interesting lore there. And anyways, now we are gonna have a look at the stats of this monster at level 140. So at level 140, and even unranked, this monster has quite good stats. So let's just take a look at the unranked stats first. So if we go to fire, and this is the generation. So Prulka, yeah, level 100, 14,080 strength, not the lowest, but it does not even matter because this monster does not deal raw damage. It deals damage in terms of life removal and torture effects, so whatever the strength stat is, it does not matter. As for the speed stat, 10,912. This is the base speed stat of this monster. Not really the best, but if we compare her to the other monsters, she's not that bad. Like, there are much faster monsters out there, but the thing that matters here is that Prulka is not there to deny. She is there to support the team, and you could even put team speed on her if you want. As for the life stat, again, this monster Prulka, she does not have to be in a worry about stats because she is neither a denier nor a tank and nor an attacker. So an attacker would worry about strength, a tank would worry about life, and a denier would be determined by the speed. So this monster, it's different. It is a support monster, and you really don't need to worry about the stats. As long as you get a turn in, she'll do fine. So let's have a look at her skills now. But before that, we are gonna have a look at her trait. So unranked, very disappointing trait here, immunity to daze. It's not even in play anymore. Like, there is barely 1 or 2 monsters that does daze on the enemy, but I mean, all these abyssal monsters, they don't really have decent traits. Even the last race monster had a very bad trait, so this is at least better than the previous monster at rank 1 or rank 3. So at rank 1 we get immunity to stun, finally immunity to at least one form of denial, and this could actually come in handy against monsters like Alchemistic, as well as the new the battle pass monster Bolskuden. And yeah, so it could come in handy against certain monsters, but overall not that impressive so far. At rank 3 though, this monster finally gets something good, we could say, that is a random torture status caster. So immunity to daze, immunity to stun, and then you have the random torture that kicks in at the start of the battle, leeching the enemy's life away. So this could come in handy with her skills because she actually applies a lot of torture effects, like not too many, but you will see the synergy she has with her tortures. So let's move to other skills. So first we'll take a look at the base skills. Mournful Tune applies fire weakness and earth weakness to one enemy. Could work in case of dodge area, but this monster is not there to, again, this monster is not there to deny or attack a specific monster. This is for the whole team. So Mournful Tune, I wouldn't recommend running this skill. Then we have Sour Notes, removes 50% of total life from all enemies. Notice how it has 0 cooldown and 0 stamina, and this could actually come in handy in situations where your Prulka has a lot of turns, or you pair her with someone that can apply the skill mirror, and then she can have a lot of turns with Shadowina combination, but not really that impressive, I've got to say this. Next we have Musical Mire, applies quicksands to all enemies. So yeah, quicksand is good, but just on itself, like, standalone quicksand is not really that impressive, because just look at the fact that first of all it deals 15% earth damage, and there are a lot of earth monsters out there, and this skill, all it does is apply quicksand, not even a damage or something like that, something a little extra. So yeah, not really that impressive. Quicksand in itself is impressive, but just quicksand, no way. Next skill we have is This One's For You, removes 30% of total life from one enemy, applies ignite to one enemy. This could come in handy considering that there are a lot of dodge area monsters out there, so you can start with Prulka doing this on the dodge area, and with her staff and mask relic slot, we'll discuss that soon, she can actually dish out some decent damage, even using her total life damage reduction and all that stuff, so the life removal skills can come in handy in some cases. But let's move on to the next skill, which is Hideous Harmony, applies triple damage to one ally, applies stamina regeneration to one ally. Now, as much as I like this skill, thanks to the triple damage, notice how it does not cleanse negative effects on the monster that you are applying the triple damage to, and that is very crucial in determining whether you are going to win a battle or not, because first of all, just like this monster has random torture status caster, there's Uriel, and there are a lot of other monsters that have that, so she's not the only one doing torture play, and that is why that negative effects removal is very important for abyssal monsters, especially because they literally have their life drained due to tortures. So yeah, not really impressed by the fact that it does not have negative effects removal, and not only on this skill, it does not have negative effects removal in any of her skills. So next skill is Barbarian's Dirge, applies fire weakness and burn to all enemies, removes 10% of total life from all enemies. This is a must-have skill because first of all, not only does it apply fire weakness, it also applies burn, and burn deals 15% of life damage to the enemy. So say for example that an enemy has burning, and then you have fire weakness on the enemy. Instead of removing 15% life, the burning would actually remove 15 times 2.5. It would remove 37.5% of the life. So as that combined with the fact that it also removes 10% of total life, you can pretty much eat away 50% of the enemy's life with one single skill. So could come in handy, but again there's a catch to it, and that is the immunity to torture status caster or the effect itself. I can think of two main monsters being used out there that apply immunity to torture, one of them being Elvira Demon Slayer and the other being Kiradar Pilgrimage. So yeah, it cannot be the best skill out there when there's torture immunity in play. The next skill is Seismic Strumming, removes 20% of total life from all the enemies, applies earth weakness to all enemies. Not really that impressive unless you pair it with this skill, which would trigger the same mechanism. But the next skill we have the 6-string Inferno. It applies Ignite, and Ignite with fire weakness would remove, remember there are 2 turns, so it would remove 40%, and with that fire weakness 40 times 2.5, 100% of life in 2 turns, just thanks to the fact that you can apply fire weakness first and then do this. But yeah, so Seismic Strumming, I'm running it because it removes life. It's at least better than having raw Musical Mire, which only applies Quicksand. So in my personal opinion, this is the skill set that you wanna be running on this monster. Let's have a look at her relic slots, and then we will move her into battles to see how she can perform. So in terms of relics, she can hold a staff and a mask. So a staff, you could actually use quite some good staffs out there, but Merc staff is practically one of the best spots out there, you know. So staff, Equilaria's staff could come in handy, but remember that Merc staff is basically the improved version of Equilaria. This Luthien staff is exclusive, so you can't craft that. Zyron's staff could come in handy because after damaging the skill, if the target's life is above, so if you remove 20% of life, you can actually remove all their stamina as well, and you can apply like the fire weakness and all the other stuff. So Zyron's staff could pair well with this monster. Sigrid's staff, after damaging, removes. This could also come in handy since it deals magic damage, but I'm leaning more towards Monk staff or Zyron's staff. Mercs mostly because this is a support monster, so you want her to give stamina to the team. So yeah, as far as this mask goes, you actually have quite a good selection here. So you have like mask, and then you have obsidian, all of them. Yeah, so you could use Torvas's mask, which would give you stamina when you need it, and you could apply torture to the enemies in the form of curse. And you can also use where is it, Tatsuman's mask, which would remove the stamina from all enemies. So you could actually just use any of the 2. You could use Zyron's staff, or you could use Tatsuman's staff to pretty much semi-deny the enemy team. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that the relic slots are quite impressive. But now we got to find out whether this monster is worth it or not by taking her into battles. Alright, we are in PvP, and this is the team that I'm going to be using. So let's click on change team to switch out some runes or relics. So Shadowina, she's running all speed. She's gonna go first and do some trade disabling and turn transferring. And Prulka, on the other hand, I'm going to give her team speed runes for now, because speed runes are only worth it in case of wars where you know that you can guarantee a kill using the tortures. In this case, we are just gonna give her team speed, and our King Autumn, he's running the life runes and team speed, and our Shadowina can go first and do some stuff. So let's click fight, and hopefully we fight someone who does not have like an anticipation behind a taunt. Yeah, so this could be a good showcase. So see, this monster Shadowina, she goes in first. She trade disables the main monsters, and yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That I think Queen Zara, if I'm not mistaken, applies immunity to torture at the start of the battle. So we got something to take care of here. But let's first do her spell on you. Let's do dismantle spell on you. Let's do her spell again, and we are gonna turn transfer to you. And now we are gonna do the fire weakness to them. Or wait, we could just start by removing 20% of life and applying earth weakness. So there's one of your weaknesses, and now we could go in and remove the the torture immunity. So it removed from 2 monsters is actually a good thing, but we are gonna go in and remove it from Mother Talika as well. And now we can recharge. And this is the moment of truth. Is she gonna be able to kill the monsters? Now personally I don't think so, because even though she's already immune to it, there's no way that Prulka can kill them using just tortures. But let's slow it down and see if we are wrong or correct. So a ton of damage, yes, but not enough to kill. We'll have to try and test out this monster a little bit more to find out what this monster can do with, like, by synergizing her stuff. So let's transfer to her. Now I wish I had that single target skill, since we're not using an attacker. But yeah, so there we go. One of the enemy dead. We can always do this, and now ignite and that skill. So yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about, that with ignite and burning you can eat away the enemy's life. But keep in mind that this monster was already nature, so not a good showcase here. But let's swap the skill. Let's swap Hideous Harmony with this one's for you and see if it makes a difference. Let's click fight. Okay, so this is the team I got, and thankfully K911 does not have that Corridor's Horn, or this whole battle would have been waste, you could say, because we are here to demonstrate the power of tortures, so why not do it. I swapped the runes a little bit, but let's click fight. Psycho voice. Okay, that's all game with me. Okay, now I'm gonna start things off with Barbarian's Dirge to apply fire weakness and remove some life. Oh, okay, that didn't land on K911. I guess that's fine with us, you know. Shadow spell. Yeah, we're gonna have to remove that one way or the other. So let's remove it from you. Fire spell. We're gonna turn transfer. I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna do seismic strumming. Yeah, I'm gonna do seismic strumming. Okay, more tortures on the way. Let's just do this on you. Do her spell. Oh, my bad. I just messed up, but I did not cycle it well enough. But you get the idea that this monster is basically there to apply tortures and just chip life away from the enemy team. Yeah, she's just there to chip life away from the enemy team through tortures and all that stuff, and of course through, you know, life removal. And the cooldowns on this monster are not that high as well. Yeah, they're definitely not that high. Alright, let's try another battle to see if we can do something. Okay, this might actually be a good showcase if we manage to trade disable them, but oh my god, look at that. Cherub already has that anticipation. Ah, that's bad. Alright, let's just do seismic strumming, removes 20% of life. 3 times that would remove 60% of life from Autumn. So there we go. Oh my god, that is a lot of life. Wait, did we just one-shot that monster? I cannot believe that we just one-shotted King Autumn. Wow, this might actually be a good use of this monster. In some sense, yeah, it could be worth using in war situations like that. So let's try to disable you, and let's check if you have anything that can remove stamina. No, you don't, so let's turn transfer to Prulka. And Prulka has this fire weakness mechanism. Let's do this. Boom. Okay, so you're dead, you're coming back. Oh my god, I'm so in love with this combination of these two monsters. It can actually be good. So yeah, it can actually be good. So Uriel dies, Uriel comes back to life, and we try to disable him. We turn transfer to you again. We're gonna do this. Inferno, Uriel is dead. Radiant Arrow. Yeah, so we could have applied another torture, but since we defeated the enemy, that is all we need. So yes, with the torture mechanism, you can actually take on some pretty decent teams. And let's click fight again to see if we can reproduce the same result. Alright, so we have this monster. Let's see if we can one-shot him again like Pangoliath. Let's see if we can one-shot him just like we did with King Autumn. So let's slow it down to see what exactly happened last time. So Seismic, nah, we're definitely not gonna be able to one-shot it this time. But we might actually be able to do something, because it's not like we're gonna be able to do a lot of things, but at least we can do something. Right, so you have Sunburn. I think it's from Cherub. So the Sunburn is from Cherub. Yeah, let's do Demonic Pact. Let's do Dismantle. Okay, not let's run Transfer now. Barbarian's Dirge. That applied some tortures. Oriel is dead, brought back to life. Shadowina's Essence kicks in. Okay. I think Flamiara. No, Shadowina's not a fighter. Okay, that's some damage out there. And yeah, this is basically where the game goes all downhill, because look at that, we don't have anything that removes the curse countdown. So the best we can do is die. This is where she does not look as good as she was meant to be. This is where she fails. Anyways, we are gonna try an attacker combination to see if she does well with an attacker. So let's select Serpent X and let's test her out in battles. Alright, so let's fight this team to see if Prulka can actually boost Serpent X to a good strength that he can one-shot either one or two of these monsters. So let's click fight. Darko goes first. Dragon's Breath. He applies some tortures. I think it's Ignite, yeah. We're gonna do Hideous Harmony on Serpent X. Give him that stamina regeneration, triple damage. And okay, now this is where things get interesting. That you can actually one-shot the enemy if you have a good enough attacker. So let's do Insensible Heat. Alright, Sigil kicks in, Shadowina's Essence, yeah. And the enemies already have 3 tortures, even though I did not really apply that many tortures. And Rock Army Assault. Okay, Darko did Dragon Sigh. Ah, interesting. So okay, now this is where you want this skill to remove that life from the enemy. And then you have Merc Staff kicking in and applying extra tortures. So yeah, there are uses to this monster. Not like it's totally useless, but not really top class either. I would say it's not really a top class monster either. Alright, so guys, we finally managed to find a good team that we can take on. And you see here that this monster, it's supposed to be an attacker though, but yeah, so basically we have an Oreo, we have a Maramotus, and we have our own monsters, of course. So let's click fight the enemy. Let's see what the enemy can do. Okay, so Catholicon, we're gonna do Hideous Harmony on our Serpent X. This would give him triple damage. Wow, that is one strong fruit taster. That is one strong fruit taster, I gotta say. Okay, so yeah, the triple damage is good, but not really that great, as I just see. Look here, the damage output is close to 1 million. It also depends on your attacker, because my attacker is 132. So if you don't have a 150 level attacker, I don't think that you can dominate. So yeah, overall not the best monster out there. Definitely not some monster that I would like to review, because it's really hard to review a support monster. Not only because it does not really have much of a purpose, but also because a monster like this, she does not even have positive effects removal or negative effects removal. How is she supposed to stand out in the current era where there are dodge areas, there are megatons and evasion lurking around the corner? So definitely not one monster that you really need. And in my personal opinion, I don't think that she is worth your Coralia. If you have Coralia and you are thinking of using it on her, let me tell you, she is not the best monster out there, and she's not. I would say that she's not even that good. Like the only main gimmick is her ability to have the status caster random torture as well as these torture effects. The rest of the things like total life removal and all that stuff, they're not really that useful since there are so many amulets, so many armors that are actually there to take the life of the monster and heal it. And I don't think that she is worth ranking up. And so this is gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.
Ew.